Well, it's been a nice break since our last rains, but more is on the way, and it looks like we'll get even a chance of some snow above the 7,500-foot level. This is all going to come later in the work week, so Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Fall-like temperatures across the region. We'll see this rain developing. The heaviest rain will start on, say, Wednesday evening into Thursday, and that heavier rain will be north of the I-80. Mountains, as I said, snow levels down to about 7,500 feet, so it's going to be a mix of rain and or snow over the mountain passes, and then once you start to get up around 8,000 feet, we'll start to see that snow accumulate. Looking at our overnight temperatures and into the morning, we'll dip into the mid-50s and then start to warm up by the noon hour. So looking at a pretty nice day again. As I said, the rain starts to come in as we get towards, say, Wednesday into Thursday. We will see winds start to kick up, but here's how this plays out. As we look at forecast for tomorrow, we're going to stay high and dry. You're going to go, what rain? Well, it's waiting in the wings, trust me. A nice weak ridge of high pressure keeping much of the western half of the United States very pleasant. And then this low starts to really dig in and pull a lot of moisture in with it. As it does, it wraps through the area. There's the heavier rain to the north of us, the snow over the mountains. This whole thing pulls on through as a ridge of high pressure starts to come back in to the south of us, and that will give us some partial clearing. Here's a look at those winds, and notice how they're coming in out of the west as the front starts to approach. Watch how they switch and go out of the south, and we really get some pretty strong winds as the area of low pressure digs in. It'll pull up air from the south of us. That'll actually make things very pleasant, but very gusty winds. And then once that front starts to make its way onshore, we'll see those winds switch and go out of the west. Forecast for the next 5 days over your mountains, the snow levels, as I said, 7,500 feet. Wednesday looks like your best chance of rain. Showers stick around through Thursday and possibly even into Friday morning, but very weak that as far as the heavier rains, like I said, to the north of us. And in the coastal strip and the foothills, those rains will come in heaviest on Wednesday. Looking at tomorrow's forecast, look at these temperatures in the foothills, and very pleasant in the mountains, low 60. Definitely a fall-like day up there. Out to the coastline, we're talking about mid-60s. Once you get away from the ocean and across the bay, say up around Napa, it will be into the low 70s. And then for the San Joaquin Valley, we're talking about mid to slightly above mid 70s. You'll have to go all the way to the south end of the valley for that. There's your rain coming in on Wednesday. We see temperatures moderate and warm up just in time for your weekend. And the long range forecast, maybe some more rain.